Good evening, folks. Today was a day of days. A first for me. Wife and I woke up this morning and said, hey, you know what? We need a brand new four-wheeler. And we went and got one. And there she is. I think it's going to be really cool in the cabin here. Help me out pull stuff and working in the woods, clearing trails, hauling firewood. It's going to be pretty nice. Halo likes it. She's probably tired. Don't look like it now. There you go. Yeah, she's panting. That's a first for me. Well, this is what's for dinner tonight here in the cabin. Got some chicken broccoli casserole and some cauliflower mashed potatoes. Leftovers, of course. Got it in this little pan and a couple layers of tinfoil over it. And get this fire on here in a little while. Not quite yet though. Get that fire on real low and just try to reheat it. One of my favorite meals. I think you can hear that whining in the background. Maybe I ought to talk about that for a second. Well, I don't know if I talked about this yet or not. I think I started to, but I don't know if I ever added those clips to the Anyvina video. Well, this little guy here is it's an Arctic Air. It's an evaporator cooler. Now you put water up here in the top, and there's a little mister thing that sprays like a real fine mist back there, right in front of a fan, and the fan blows through. There's a filter in here. I don't know if I can open this one-handed. Yeah, a little filter right here, little filter cartridge, and air blows through that, and it's pretty cool. It's not cold. It's not an air conditioner, but it's definitely a lot cooler than just sitting here sweating. And it's better than sitting in front of a fan, although it is kind of noisy though. So a buddy of mine that I haven't seen for years stopped by the other day. And he said he'd been watching my YouTube videos and seen that I like to drink beer, and he thought I might like to try some good beer, that he called it. Well, he gave me 3 of these, and you can see there's 2 left. I drank about that much of one. My wife drank about that much of another one, and that much is in a ditch somewhere. I couldn't handle it. It's a weird. It tastes like pizza sauce. Now, if I was a teenager, back in my day, that might have been. They even got flamingos on there. I didn't realize that. Yeah, back in let's say the early to mid 90s, that might have been quite a fun time. Well, at my age here now, I don't think it's much to talk about. I put up a gun rack the other day, only I didn't know it was a gun rack at the time. And this little gun is my little boy's. It's a double barrel shotgun that's broke, and it's got something hanging from it, but he thought it would look cool if it was hanging in the cabin, so I said okay. This was part of a bigger hat rack, and I liked it because those are probably about 6 inches long there, 6 to 8 inches, something like that. And you can hang your coat, and then you can hang your hat on it. And I like that, and it looks natural, looks hand-hewn. I don't know if that's handmade or if it's just made to look that way, but I don't even know where it came from. But it had 5 of those, and I thought those 2 right there would look pretty good in here. Those of you that follow my cabin videos know that I do a little bit of work when I can in here, and there's still a lot of work to be done, but I was able to finish up this side of the cupboard right there, and I can't back out any farther. I feel like I'm zoomed way in, but I'm not. That's the same kind of flooring that's in here on the floor, of course. And I just took the cupboard down, flipped him over, glued them in, cut them all in the right size, and laid some big stones on there to hold it down. And I think it looks pretty good. Don't look that great up close like this. Looks kind of goofy in the viewfinder. Also, something I'm seeing in the viewfinder, that's a kitty track. when these boards were outside. Apparently it must have rained and a cat walked across it. No. Anyway, that's some progress there. So the day's getting on here, and won't be long till it's nighttime. And I want to talk to you about these little Lucy lights, little solar LED inflatable lights. They're not bad. I have I don't know, I think 4 or 5 of them, and I think I'm missing 1 or 2. So there's 2 out here at the cabin that I use. This one's in pretty good state, and the other one that I have, this plastic rubber stuff here, seems like I got a hole in it or something, and the solar cell has moisture on top of it, but it still works just as well as this one. They're quite bright. Now, after all day today, from, well, I think it was about 7 o'clock this morning, it was outside, and it was flat dead this morning, and 3 dots right there means it's fully charged. So, and it probably got total, let's say 2 hours of direct sunlight. It's really dense forest out here, and where I had it sitting, it probably got about 2 hours of direct sunlight. They're pretty cool. This clicks it on. It's quite bright. Another one is high, and then the last one, of course, it flashes and does that weird thing. They'll run, probably 8 or 10 hours on low. I never run them on high, and I never use the flashing feature. It's got a little hook up here, and then it's got another hook down here, a little loop, I guess. You can hang them facing up to the ceiling, or what I do is I have a shelf on the other, well, you can't see it from here, but a shelf, and I put a little hook in the bottom of it, and it hangs under there. Just like that. That's kind of how I do her just about every night. And looks a little brighter in the viewfinder than it does in person, but it works quite well. And that's how I have light. I do have the solar light, of course. You know, it's on now, and off, on. But if I don't have a good charge on my solar batteries, I got this little guy. And I like to run a TV all night, just to have the light and maybe a little background noise, so I can conserve and use this for light instead of using my solar light. Well, I'd say it's probably time to get this thing cooking here. This old dirty camp stove. Lock it in. See if it's still over. There we go. We got it. So we turn it down. Whoops, too far. There we go. Down to where it's just barely burning. I just want to warm this. I don't want to cook it. Okay. Hopefully it won't get too hot in here. I don't know if I can take that down any further without killing it. I think I can. Let's see what I can do. Whoa, wrong way. There we go. Just a tiny little flame. Now, of course, I also have a carbon monoxide detector in here. Been bouncing around in a drawer since I quit using a wood burner once it started getting warm in here. So, thought it'd be a good time to bring this guy out just to make sure everything's good. Hopefully that's not too hot for that little casserole. And we're at 0. Well, it's been a few minutes, so thought I'd check on the stuff here. Got some bubbles down there. Now, it's heating up, but I can tell potatoes are still cold and the casserole's still cold. So I could either stir this up or just shift it around. I think that's what I'm going to do. Just the foil back on here loosely. The pan is hot, and I don't think I can turn that down no more. Well, I'm gonna have to do some twisting. So I just shoved him over on the other side there, and I'll let that side heat, and then that side's good and warm. I'll move it back over. Also, I got I hate to set that there, but I got this old cast iron skillet that I've used several times. Kind of use that to either hold the heat in or maybe act as a heat sink if stuff gets too hot. So, yeah, we'll look at her here in a little while. Well, it got hot. So I shut it down. And yeah, that's warm. Yeah, that's good. That'll be a good meal. Oh man, that pan's still hot. So, I'm just gonna eat right out of that, I think. Yeah, now I got some plates. Maybe I'll dish out a little bit and eat. But, yeah, tomorrow's another day. The day's over. Not a bad way to end the day. Not a bad weekend either. I think tomorrow I'm going to work on the trails. And hopefully I can get that repeater put up on the hill. Kind of something I've been waiting on. I know those of you that follow kind of asking what I'm doing with that repeater. And, well, I'll get him up there tomorrow. Or at least get something cut out someplace that I can get him up there. It was a little more overgrown than what I thought it was. I took a hike up there and yeah, I thought maybe I ought to do some trimming before I take it up there. So stay tuned, I guess, if that's your fancy. So okay, folks, well, that's it for tonight. Hope y'all had a good weekend, and guess I'll see you on the next video there. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for me, and I'd appreciate it. Okay, folks, thanks for watching, and as always, have a good one.